why time management is your superpower. I don't think I need to belabor the next 2 slides too much, but for the new agents, the ones that aren't yet overwhelmed, you're going to get there, I promise you. So if you are a new agent and you're like, hey, being a real estate agent is like so cool. I'm excited to talk to this one person that reached out to me. And it's like, I have to focus on just these 2 people, these 2 potential clients. Life is good. While that life is good, create your systems, because I promise you, life will be overwhelming in a matter of time. Time is money, and wasting time on repetitive tasks means that you are no longer able to use that time for other more meaningful tasks. Again, the more meaningful tasks, what you should be using your time on is prospecting, whether that's making YouTube videos, whether that's making Instagram videos, whether that's cold calling, door knocking, literally anything else. Again, I'm not covering that today. I have my whole channel dedicated to that, but this is on how to work smart instead of hard. And if you have had a prior job, a W-2, we all have been taught poorly. We have been taught the inaccurate way to learn, which was prior to this, if you had a job prior to becoming a full-time real estate agent, you were likely paid per hour, meaning you didn't have to dedicate your time to being the most efficient. You know, the DoD does such a good job of rewarding the poor worker because, hey, if you're a shitbag captain, you're going to be paid the same amount as the most hardworking captain that is sacrificing their life, their marriage, their kids, everything. So now that you are a real estate agent, you have to break out of that habit where it's not just a matter of, oh, well, I'm working 9 hours a day or I want to work 12 hours a day. It's what are you doing during those 12 days and how much can you save? I'm not going to belabor this anymore. Next slide. The power of templates. Going back to the 80-20 rule, everything ends up being 80-20 or even 90-10 sometimes. A lot of what you're doing in your day-to-day is stuff that you have already done. Whether you did it last week or last year, it's something that you have already done. What are you doing now? Or just name any repetitive tasks that you're doing, whether it's talking to a client, like literally anything. Name something that you do. It doesn't have to be like whether you have a template for it or not. Just what's something that you do that you have to do with each client or over and over again or on a continuous basis. Overall, what templates do is more time for high value activities. Anything that detracts from high value activity, you are wasting your time. So let's create these simple templates. This is where the action starts, okay? I like actionable shit. I don't like theory. I don't like read Robert Kiyosaki books because it's all theory. I like tell me what to do, a checklist, a blueprint. That's all what I'm about. Let's start with Instagram. Saving messages. No matter how big or how small your audience is, this is something that will come up over and over again. Somebody's going to message you at some point. And again, if you're a brand new agent, you're like, hey, life is good. Like I got this one person that messaged me on WhatsApp. By the way, if you're new and you get a message on WhatsApp saying that they're a cash buyer, delete it. It's not real. So once you start posting on social media, etc., you're going to start having those same conversations. I am going to start off with Instagram because that's one of my biggest lead pillars. And I'm going to go through 2 different canned messages that I have as Instagram DM template. So again, I don't care if you have 4 followers, do this now. Build the foundation so that way when you have 400, by the way, 400 is all you need to make like a really good business. So once you have more and more, you're already going to have the habit of saving time with these time savers. So 2 messages. I'm going to go one for agents, like attracting agents, recruiting. The other one is going to be for potential clients. You can reword it, whether it's going to be for sellers or buyers. For agents, this is what I do. I'm going to show a little picture now. This is what I said actually this morning. So any single person that follows me on Instagram, I have recently changed my message and my strategy about this. So you're getting this almost hot off the press. I am now following back 99% of those that follow me. The 1% that I do not follow back are those that try to sell me something like crypto, Bitcoin, and stuff like that. But everyone else, if I see that they're like an actual person, I'm going to follow them back. 2 reasons. 1, to start the relationship. And 2, because a lot of times my message will not go through to them. They might not have the right setting in place where they're accepting messages from those that don't follow them. So I want to follow them back first, and then I'm going to hit them up with a message. The way that I'm thinking about Instagram and really social media in general is if you're going to subscribe or follow or comment or anything like that, I'm going to say hello because I almost think of it as like a storefront. If someone walks into a store, typically the customer service, SOP is that you're going to say hello. If you ever worked in Cold Stone, you're supposed to greet them. Hey, welcome in. When you go into like Victoria's Secret, people have greeters. I think of my Instagram like a Victoria's Secret, where it was like, hey, you decided to follow follow me. I want to start a relationship. Thanks for the follow. So this is what my most recent wording is right now. So if you open up your Instagram, on the right-hand side, you're going to see messages. Click on messages and then click on any of the messages that you have. So I'm going to click on my sisters. So in any of the message threads, this is how we're creating a template together right now, by the way. On the bottom side, right where you type, in that area that you type, there is the 3 little dots, right? Click the 3 little dots, and that's going to give you saved replies. This is only within the Instagram app. Facebook is different. YouTube, you can't really DM people. So this is just for Instagram. This is what I do the most. This is what I'm sharing with you. In the save replies, on the right-hand side, you're going to see the plus button. Click the plus because we're going to create one together right now. And the first that they ask is a shortcut. Let's name this shortcut for agents. Even if you are not interested in agent attraction or recruiting, which I suggest you do because you can help out your friends who are also agents and make the industry a better place because wow, the bar is very low. Let's do one called AA. The shortcut is going to be just that. Just 2 little letters. AA, agent attraction. The message, this is where we're going to type out this message over here, except the name. Do not put the name. So start it off with thanks for the follow, exclamation point. The next line, are you enjoying the content, comma, or looking to grow your business? Question mark. That's it. It's 3 lines and it's going to be non-personalized as of right now, but this is going to save you so much time in the future. This is what I send to every single person that follows me. I go on their page, I see, are they a potential client or someone who's also an agent? So this is what I send out to every single agent that follows me. I'm going to say this again in case you can't read this. Thanks for the follow, exclamation point. Second line, are you enjoying the content or looking to grow your business? The reason I'm asking the last line is, or are you looking to grow your business, is because the default, whenever people ask a question like this, they typically default to the second choice. When you go into a storefront, going back to Victoria's Secret, they typically ask, is there anything in particular that you're looking for? Can I help with anything? Or are you just browsing? Whatever the second choice is, that's the least invasive. What I'm doing here is I'm flipping it. So in the second one, I'm saying, or are you looking to grow your business? And I'm keeping it vague because I don't want to assume where they're at in their business. I don't know anything about them. So now we have the shortcut. We have the message. Manage label. You don't have to put anything right now. If you wanted to, you can click a label and stick with that for agents. So I have the template to not include a name. When I send out this message, I am going to personalize it. I'm going to use their name, but I'm not just going to put, hey, Larry, because everyone uses just like the name. I'm going to add Larry with 3 Y's at the end, 7 Y's at the end. Larry, thanks for the follow. Are you enjoying the content? Or are you looking to grow your business? You can see that I did that with this person. I added like 4 letters of their name to the very, very end. This makes it obvious that I'm not a bot. This makes a difference. Carrying on. This is what I do to save a bunch of time. I did this 20 minutes ago. So this one, we're going to go back to the message. Now that we have saved a message for potential agent attraction, we're going to go back to any message thread, go to the 3 dots and create a new save reply. Click the plus button once again, and we're going to name this shortcut just the word client message. This is what the message is going to say. It's going to be very, very similar. By the way, the left-hand photo is as you are messaging someone for the first time and you type in the shortcut, you type in AA, or you type in my case, MIL, like military. This is what it will pop up as. All you have to do is type in MIL, and then you can just click right above it, and that will take you directly to the saved reply. So this is the full message, and it's very similar because it works. Short and sweet, and it works. In the message, as we're saving this new reply, shortcut is client. Message is thanks for the follow, exclamation point. Hit enter. Next line. Are you enjoying the content, comma? Third line. Hit enter. Or getting ready to buy/sell, question mark. And if you want to add the label, you can add a label. So now that's a saved reply. Now, whenever you have somebody that follows you, kind of take a look at their page. If they don't screen agent, send them this message. I always send everyone a message. Either they're an agent and I get that, the AA, or I send the MIL response. Because this one doesn't have to be male, it can just be for anybody. So again, I sent this one a couple of minutes ago. So his name is Devin, and I put like 4 N's at the end. Makes me seem not like a bot. Text messages. If for some reason you don't want Instagram, if you want decreased business, fine. Let's do this on regular, either iPhone or Android. Every phone has this. Go to your settings and then type in text replacement. This will work for the iPhone. I don't know what the exact verbiage is for Google or for Android. So if you have a Google phone or Android, or I don't even know what else is out there, Dell or whatever is out there, please put it in the comments and help out your fellow listeners that are also listening to this. Under text replacement, same thing. You're having the same conversations over and over again. So I have one for recruiting and one for connecting to a lender, but also think about what other texts are you constantly sending? Is it about the market? Is it a follow-up? Whatever it is, whether it's a buyer or seller, what message do you typically send? Make that a text replacement immediately. Because I promise you, if you're not doing this right now, you're gonna be like, oh, cool, I'm gonna put this on my calendar to do later, and you're not going to do it. Let's go through some examples. But these are some of my text replacements on my iPhone. This is H through Shelly. So for example, the H for the hit list, that was for recruiting when I was sending out a lot of text messages, inviting them to webinars, something like that. I knew that I was going to hit a bunch of people. I didn't want to just mass blast them on my KV core. With J, join, this is a message that I have for agents that text me saying literally the word join, because in some of my YouTube videos I have, if you're interested in joining my community for all of the free access to everything, then text join to this number. And it's my number. So then as soon as somebody says join, I just reply back, join, automatically transfers into something that I already premeditated. Now, this is what I'm going to get into here for this example. Matt is one of my preferred lenders. He's licensed in Arizona and Wisconsin and Minnesota, actually, to help. So whenever I type in Matt, except I do it with a third T, because I type in the word Matt a lot in my day-to-day. We're like always working together. So I don't want it to annoy me. Whenever I type in Matt, the regular spelling, I don't want this to pop up because this will be the default. So whatever you save this text replacement as is going to change it. So I have an extra letter T, so Matt with 3 T's. You can do the same thing with your preferred lender, whoever your lender is. If it's Rachel, add another L at the end, or maybe do a dash Rachel. But I like having the actual name. I'll just add an extra letter because whenever I'm texting people, as you start getting more and more of these text replacements, you're going to forget which ones you have. So you might as well just like save it with the actual word and just add an extra letter. So that way, whenever you're texting somebody in the future, say a year from now, you're like, wait, did I ever have a template response for this? Because I feel like I've been in this situation before. You could type in referral with an extra L and be like, yeah, thank you, past me. You're helping out present me. Hope that makes sense. So let's continue. I have one for Matt. I got a text message this morning from a buyer saying that she's pre-approved. So I'm going to connect her to one of my preferred lenders. So I started the group chat and all I do is type in the name Matt with an extra T. And this is what populates. Save this for you right now. The first paragraph is what populates. In case you cannot read it, I will read it aloud. Hey, bracket in all capital letters, name. This is assigned to me. I need to replace that with the name of the client. So, hey, name. This is the lender I was telling you about. Matt Lebizetta is a senior loan officer with Guild Mortgage. He's really good at what he does, and he works with a ton of military/VA loans. You're in great hands. That's the canned message. The second paragraph here is something that I have one line for. I usually just have Matt. This is Rocket's name, and that's it. So the rest I personally fill in to make it personalized. So in this case, I'm like, hey, she's a vet, 70% disability, GS, she's here in town looking at blah, blah, blah. This saves me so much time. Matt also has a response. So this was the text. I ended up switching the name to Lauren. This is the lender I was telling you about. Matt Lebizetta is a senior loan officer with Guild Mortgage. He's really good at what he does, and he works with a ton of military/VA loans. You're in great hands! Exclamation point. Second paragraph. Matt, this is Lauren. She's a vet, 70% disability, blah, blah, blah. A little bit about her. My last line is, can you set up a call with her today? I say that. This is getting a little bit of more buyer strategy here. I am the one that preemptively initiates a phone call because I don't want the client to think, oh my God, this lender's now asking me for a phone call. Like I thought we could do this via text. So now they can kind of place the blame on me, who they have already trust with me. And they're like, oh, Allie wanted me to set up the call. Okay, this is Matt's response. He also has a text message replacement. It's the same thing every time, except with this one, of course, he also personalizes it a little bit more. So the lender always has, hey, name, nice to meet you, exclamation point. Pleased to hear you're working with Allie, exclamation point. She's probably too humble to tell you this, but she's the best of the best when it comes to current/past military clients, LOL. I would be more than happy to get you pre-approved today so we can move quickly. Is there a time that works best for us to connect for a phone call so I can answer your questions and go over the process? Looking forward to speaking with you. This is a message that I've seen 101 billion times. It's the same thing every time. Just replace the name. Agents. As you can tell, I have my little AA for Instagram. I also have AA as a text replacement. So whenever I have a text message from an agent saying, hey, I'm looking to increase my business, I'm just got licensed, whatever it is, this is what I start off with. If they show interest in joining my community, then I send them AA. So with 2 letters, it turns into 3 paragraphs. First step is to watch a couple of videos on my website, and I pretty much tell them what to do. This is the way it would be to set up a call with me. So watch the video first, because I'm not going to have a conversation with you until you know the basics. Please don't use me as Google. So watch the video and then book a call, and I'm looking forward to talking with you. What else can you use text replacement for? I'll go through a couple of extra of mine as well. A lot of people ask me for my checklist, and I now actually do have it for sale for those that are already with EXP or don't want to move to EXP. I have a crime one. I have one that literally has crime with 2 E's, and that's whenever a buyer says, what do you think about this area? Is this a safe area? Anytime I have those, I have an automated response. It says, I can't legally comment on what a great area is, blah, 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 blah. I also have one for rental properties, like on the screen over here. Rental properties. Whenever you put one of your rentals up on the market, you're going to get a flood of messages being like, hey, I want to see it. Hey, I want to see it. Hey, I want to see it. What's this property? Blah, blah, blah. So what I did is I have a text replacement for the name of the property, and I tell them the requirements. Hey, thanks for your interest. Again, this is the address. This is bedroom, bathroom, like the basics, because you're trying to filter people out. So these are the requirements. This is the credit score, no felonies. If you're ready to submit the application first, whatever your process is. Next, email. Let's go into email. These are just some examples of what you can do for email templates. If you're part of 5 Pillars, you have Shelby's Drive. Her drive is amazing. In case you've never looked at it, my God, do this immediately. This is how I was able to do 20 transactions as a part-time agent when I first got started when Shelby was across the country, just by using these canned emails. So use them. Listing appointment confirmation, that's just an example. Buyer consultation, follow up, post-closing, and a thank you, referral. What I do is whatever email you use, Gmail, Outlook, you can create templates or at least drafts. So as you can tell, this is out of order, but it doesn't matter. Buyer email number 2 is my we're excited to work with you email. I don't have a buyer email number 1. I changed my process, and I just didn't want to change my email numbers because I have it saved like in my head too. So buyer email number 1 used to be like, hey, let's meet. Buyer email number 1 no longer exists because we're going to be meeting over Zoom. If we decide that we want to work with each other and I want to work with you, then I will send you buyer email number 2. And that says, we're excited to work with you. Again, you can go to the 5 Pillars Drive, or if you're part of my community, you can copy and paste what I have in my drive. Essentially, buyer email number 2 says, this is what the process is. Please do this as your homework, get pre-approved, stuff like that. Buyer email number 3, how to draft your offer. This I copied verbatim, and I'm going to show you the next slide here. Buyer email number 3 is once we have started looking at properties and they're ready to place an offer, I'm not going to recreate the wheel and be like, oh, wait, what do they need again for their offer? I asked my TC and I was like, what exactly do you need from me to draft the offer? And she gave me a bullet point, and I copied and pasted that shit into my email, and I send that to the buyer. I say, buyer, congratulations. Yay, we found a property that you want to place an offer on. Fill this out. As soon as they fill it out, they send it back to me. I make sure that the math makes sense, down payment, loan amount, stuff like that. And everything else is what we spoke about. I just forward to my TC and she drafts the offer. Yes, transaction coordinators can draft offers. Ask them how much extra you can pay them for them to do all of the paperwork. Everything in life is negotiable. Don't waste your time with paperwork, please. Email number 4 is congratulations, we're under contract. These are the next steps. We're going to be doing inspections, pay for the inspections first, blah. Email number 5 is a week before closing checklist. Don't forget the sub-utilities, your forwarding mail address, stuff like that. Number 6 is, can you leave me a review? And who else do you know that I can help? Let's go through the example of buyer email number 3, how to draft your offer. So I added a 1 minute, like literally 45-second bomb video to each of my templates. This is not customized. This is not personalized. This is me literally from 2021 when I first got licensed. So it's me saying, whoa, we found a property that we want to place an offer on. Please watch the video below, because as you can tell, this is a video below that goes to my YouTube channel, which is a private or unlisted, but not public YouTube video that tells them, hey, this is a contract right now. This is how to draft the offer. The purpose of this video here is to walk them through. I'm literally reading the email to them. People don't want to read. People are excited about the house that they want to place an offer on. The last thing they want to do is they want to think. They're filled with emotion right now. I made this video to walk them through it instead of me sending a very, very lengthy email where people are going to forget steps. So I'm like, hey, click play right now. Read, like I'm reading this email out to you. I make it super, super easy. Then at the bottom of this email, this is all one email. And this isn't even everything, but it's like, I just took the biggest bulk of it. And I pretty much say, fill out the information below. I'm going to review it per what we spoke about. I'm going to review it afterward. I'm going to ask you any questions. If I have any questions, perfect. If you have any questions, please call me. And then I'm going to send this to my transaction coordinator, who's going to draft it up immediately. I will let you know when it's in your inbox, or be on the lookout for your inbox for you to sign it. this is the copy and paste that I took from my TC. I'm like, hey, TC, what exactly do you need? What's everything you need for a listing agreement and for a buyer to draft an offer? Copy and paste. Don't do the work. Have them do the work. They do this all day, every day. They do it better than you. So again, stop doing paperwork. So stuff here, earnest money, purchase price. You want the earnest money to be applied toward the closing cost, down payment, etc. Next slide is changing things up a little bit again. So no longer emails, AI and automation for leads when you have inbound leads or even outbound leads. ChatGPT helped made this presentation. It was white though. It was a white screen. I created the color. So you're welcome. I love KV Core's text responders, the auto replies, because as of right now, I can't figure out a way to do that on my phone, like my iPhone. So whenever I have a call to action on my social media that says text the word buyer to my KV Core number. Yes, I pay extra for the KV Core number. I think it's worth it. Text buyer to XYZ or text 123 Main Street for all the details of this listing that I have. As soon as they text it, whether they text it at 11 p.m. or 11 a.m., you're at a meeting, you're sleeping, whatever, it automatically responds. So if you haven't dug into KV Core, you're paying for it. So you might as well look at, in the bottom left-hand side, there's like a dashboard, tutorials. KV Core offers so much. That is where I would suggest that you start with the auto responders, because you can have it say any person that reaches out to me with the word buyer, whatever it is, have it automatically respond with this link or with this video or with this response. So it helps out a lot. Zapier is also another way for you to save time for sure. The way that I use Zapier right now is whenever somebody books a call on my Calendly, so they watch a video on my YouTube and I say, hey, the only way to book a call with me right now is to book a call with my calendar. Don't text me, definitely don't call me, for sure don't email me. Book a call by calendar. That's when I know you're serious. So they go on Calendly, right? I see that they booked a call and I have a Zap that I personally did not create. I don't know how Charlie Cameron did it. He's also EXP, not part of this community, but cool guy. Look him up on YouTube. So he created a Zap for me, which you can do this too. I can't even figure out how to use my mic. So I know that you can do this. Whenever somebody comes in as a lead under Calendly, it can connect to KV Core. So I have it connect to KV Core as a new lead. So it already has their email saved. Their name doesn't really quite get it right. Their phone number is saved. All their notes are saved. It's not pretty. It's not bullet format. It's a whole lump of a paragraph that has everything you need. It's not perfect. It gets the job done. That's what I use Zapier for. And you have like 5 free zaps, something like that. So try that. Zapier, you can use a bunch of different applications, whether you use Follow Up Boss, Outlook, email, YouTube. It has so many. There are some other companies now that are trying to compete against Zapier for like a significantly cheaper price. Zapier right now is like $150 a year. And there's some that are like $9 a month. Test it. I can't vouch for anything else. Calendly and Google Calendar is my life. Other people, Chipotle is their life. Mine is Calendly. Because as soon as people book on the calendar or on my Calendly, it not only zaps into my KV Core, so I have it as a lead. It doesn't need to zap. It just automatically connects to my Google Calendar. Whether you use Outlook, I think it'll connect to Outlook as well. It connects to my Google Calendar and I can automatically see these are the names, this is what they're looking for. This is their pre-approval amount. Are they selling? Do they need a referral for a listing agent, etc. And then I have a crap ton of reminders. Carrying on, buyer and seller checklists. I store them all in my Google Drive, so does Shelby, and I already went on about this. Social media content templates. This is something that I just recently started doing. Up until now, I hadn't really had like a template. I never used Canva up until like EXP made it free for everyone. So in case you don't have a Canva Pro account, guess what? You do now, because EXP partnered with Canva. They have a pro account for everyone. So use it. So that's what got me on the bandwagon. Also, I was like, wait, this is actually pretty helpful and not that hard to use. So I had a post that went viral recently. It was on my Instagram and it got 1.4 million views. That is not the time to start thinking about how can I save time. I saved time years ago with those Instagram saved messages. So now it's like every single person that follows me, I got over 1,000 followers from that. And so it's like follow Mill. Follow Mill, follow Mill. Mill is that text replacement that I have for Instagram. So it saves me so much time. And I now have 55 outbound referrals from that just in the month of January. CRM automations that save hours weekly, lead follow-ups, KV Core, whether you've used follow-up that also works with Zapier or Lion Desk, drip campaigns are very helpful. With KV Core, again, they already have every single template. You don't need to think about this. You literally just need to toggle it on. Like, that's how easy KV Core makes it. Now, this is going to be personalized. It may have their name, but literally, if you go into KV Core and you go into smart campaigns, you can see all of the 150 campaigns that they have. They have everything you can freaking imagine. You just have to literally click, oh, I want to add this one. I want to add this one to my cart, add this one to my cart. By the way, this is free or included in your $85 a month that you pay for Exp. This is kind of in two of the weeds for KV Core, but it's one toggle away from having weekly or daily or however automation you want. So take advantage. This is as easy as you can get it. Auto scheduling open houses and showings. How many times have you had a client that say, hey, I'm coming to town this weekend and I have all of Saturday, all of Sunday. I want to see these 12 homes. And you're like, oh my gosh, where do I start? Which house do I go to first? Do I want to show them the best house or the worst house first? Do I want to start north and head south? Where are we going to take a break for lunch? I know you guys have been there. So use ChatGPT. You can use ChatGPT and be like, hey, these are the exact houses with the zip code. Find me the best route. You can use that, or you can use showing time if you didn't want to meet the prospect or client in person, because what do you know? You can still work with clients without showing them houses, and Google Calendar, Coded for Business, etc. So now I'm going a little bit to like more vague stuff. I'm more than happy to share this presentation with you. It's 10:51 Central Time right now, so I know I'm coming up. But generating a list of descriptions, of course, we know that. Any AI can do that. Onboarding checklists also can be used to save time. If you are a team leader or if you're a recruiter, everything is just copy and paste, copy and paste. Here's the access to the Google Drive. These are some general tools that you probably already have heard of: Trello or Notion, Zapier, Calendly, ManyChat, ChatGPT, or what's the China version now that I guess is better? DeepSeek or something like that. Recap a call to action. Pick 2 hacks. Pick 2 to do things right now, whether it's Instagram or the save the text reply, do that. And because you have stuck around, I want to give you my free bonus. There are 2 bonuses here. So if you are watching this on your phone, you can just go on to school.com/Allie. I now have a school community. It's just to share all the resources because not everyone wants or likes Google Drive. People are like jumping on the school bandwagon. So why not? So I have 2 goodies for you. If you scan this, it'll take you to that. Let me know if you have any questions. Join the community. If you have any questions, drop it at the school community. And if you're in my downline and you don't know where exactly to find something, please let me know. Please reach out to me. With that, thank you all for watching. I love you all.